Welcome back to the last episode. Time escape, thanks baby. The days left like they were passing slower now. Maybe it was the weight of the baby, the little cakes that kept me up at night, or maybe it was just me counting each minute until I could finally hold this tiny piece of Jungkook and me in my arms. The due date was just a few days away. I walked slowly to the living room, my hands instinctively on my belly. The sun had started to set, bathing the room in golden light. Ajuma had left earlier for the day, and Jisoo was out with friends. The house was usual quiet. I was about to call out for Jungkook when I saw him walk down the stairs dressed in dark wine-colored shirt, silver sleeves rolled up, hair slightly styled. He looked too good. Where are you going? Have you a meeting? Jungkook grinning. No meetings for 2 weeks. I told my secretary to postpone everything. Why is Jungkook walking up to me? Because I don't want to make a single moment. Miss a single moment from now until our baby arrives. I am yours. Completely, my heart fluttered. I couldn't stop the smile that took it on my lips. Taehyung, you really took 2 weeks off, Jungkook? Of course. You think I would let my beautiful boyfriend go through the final day of pregnancy alone? He kissed my forehead gently, then took my hands. Jungkook, come on, I planned something for us tonight. Tonight where Jungkook is marking our bedroom, you will see the third person POV evening. Taeyang entered the bedroom and gasped softly. The room had been transformed. The lights were dimmed, the floor softly light with warm golden fairy lights and petals, real red and white rose petal lined the edge of the bed and table. A small round table and had been set up by the window with two chairs and with soft jazz music playing in the background and warm dinner plates covered to the preserve the surprise. Jungkook, you did all this. Jungkook, you couldn't go out for a date, so I brought the date to you. Taeyang stood there, tears already forming. Taeyang, you didn't have to do so much. Jungkook, I didn't have to. I wanted to. You have done more than enough by carrying our baby. You deserve to feel special every day. Jungkook helped Taeyang say. Taeyang, wide eyes, you cooked all this? Jungkook laughing with help from Azuma. But yes, mostly me. Taeyang laughing softly. You are unbelievable. They both talk in, eating slowly, talking, smiling, sharing memories. Jungkook refilled Taeyang's stay often and didn't let him get up once. At one point, he leaned forward and wiped away drop sauce from Taeyang's lips with his soft napkin. Jungkook, they are perfect. Taehyung blessing. You are embarrassing me. Jungkook whispering, good. I want to keep you flustered forever. They finished the dinner with cake, laughing when Taehyung demanded a cake and slice. Later, still in bedroom, the soft music still played. The night had deepened and the stars peeked through the window. Jungkook pulled Taehyung into his arms on the bed. They sat close with Taehyung leaning on Jungkook's chest, their fingers intertwined. Taehyung whispering, thank you for tonight, for making me feel loved. Jungkook softly, I will spend my life making you feel that way. There was a peaceful silence between them, the kind that didn't need words. Then Jungkook spoke again. Jungkook, are you scared? Taehyung nodded a little. But not because of the baby. I don't want to lose what we have. Jungkook, then we wouldn't. We will grow it, you, me, and this tiny human we made. Taehyung closed his eyes. Taehyung, I feel like crying again. Jungkook is smiling. Hormones? Taehyung giggling. Don't use the H word against me. They both laughed and Jungkook leaned down to place a gentle kiss on Taehyung's temple. Then his lips brushed against Taehyung's belly, whispering soft words to the baby. Jungkook, you will be here soon, little one. We are ready for you, and you are. Taehyung watched him, heart bruising. He didn't know how he had gotten so lucky, but he had. And tonight, prove it again. Taehyung softly, I love you, Jungkook. Jungkook looked up, eyes wide with surprise, then softened into a most tender smile. Jungkook, I love you too. Taehyung always. They stayed that way, wrapped in each other's arm until sleep slowly pulled them into dream of tiny fingers, soft kisses, and a new life that would soon begin. Third person POV. The morning began quietly. Sunlight peeked through seed curtains. The accent of jasmine from the garden wafted in. Taehyung was curled up under the soft blanket, one hand resting on his swollen belly. His face was calm, eyes fluttering light from sleep, but suddenly his whole body tensed. A sharp cramp gripped him from the inside out. Taehyung, half awake, whispering, "Ah, that was strong." He shifted in the bed, slowly trying not to panic. Maybe it was just another Higgs contraction, but then there it was again, stronger, and then a rush of warm fluid surged and seated beneath him. Taehyung's eyes flew open. Taehyung, in a panic, Jungkook from the hallway, hurried footsteps echoed closer, and within seconds, Jungkook rushing to his side. Hey, what is it? What's wrong? Taehyung trembling. My water broke. Jungkook, it's time. For a second, Jungkook froze. The reality hitting him like a storm. Then instinct took over. Jungkook, okay, don't move too fast. I will get the hospital bag. He bolted into the closet, carrying the carefully packed overnight bag. Then he helped Taehyung stand, supporting him by his waist as another construction hit Taehyung, clenching his arm. Is strong. Jungkook calming him. Breathe, baby, just breathe. We will be at the hospital in 10 minutes. Hospital maternity wing. Jungkook car screeched into the parking lot. He rushed out, helped him carefully into the wheelchair as they were quickly wheeled into the delivery ward. Nurses swarmed in the gentle but firm. Nurse, Mr. Jian, please wait here while we check on him. But Jungkook held things and tightly. Jungkook, I am staying. I am not letting him go. Through the salon, Taehyung looked up at him, said already breathing his forehead, but his eyes sparkled with relief and love. Taehyung softly, thank you for being here. Living room, time blurred. Hours passed. Taehyung cries filled the room. Jungkook never let go of his hand, whispering encouragement, brushing dump hair from his forehead, kissing his temple. Every chance he got, Jungkook voice harsher from worry. You are doing so well. Hey, just a little more love. Taehyung gripped tighten as he finally waved his doctor. All right, Taehyung, see one last push. Scream, pain, tears, pain, and then second of the baby's cries echoes. Doctor smiling. Congratulations, you have two beautiful angels. The nurse gently placed a small crying puddles on Taehyung's side. Tears flooded Jungkook's eyes as he leaned in beside Taehyung. Taehyung in a broken whisper, they are ours. Jungkook pressing a kiss to Taehyung's forehead. Yes, baby, they are ours. Later that evening, hospital room, Thang was resting in bed, holding their babies in his arms. Jungkook sat beside him, gently rocking the baby's foot in his palm. Both their faces glowed with exhaustion and joy. Taehoon whispering, "I want to go to name them, be like you." What do you think? Jungkook holding his teary eyes. It's perfect, but it would be more if they have your reflection. The babies still gently wrapping their tiny fingers around Taehoon's thumb. Taehoon smiled. You give me a home, Jungkook. This little miracle, Tiara was. They leaned their foreheads together, heart full, as the babies slept peacefully in Taehoon's arms. POV, the early morning light filtered softly into the bedroom, casting a golden glow over the pale curtains. I blinked slowly, still exhausted but at peace. One arm rested across my stomach, the place where our baby girls used to be, but now they were here in our world, our daughters, our tiny miracles. I turned my head and smiled weakly. Taehoon Jungkook, he was asleep on the couch in the room, a baby bottle still held loosely in his one hand. His body twisted awkwardly, clearly uncomfortable. He must have said. He stayed awake most of the night, again checking on me and the twins. To sit up a little, and that tiny movement must have woken him. His eyes fluttered open in panic and locked. But it's better now, Jungkook sighed, clearly revealed. He got up, stretched his back, and walked to the bed, pressing a kiss on my forehead. Jungkook, you are my hero. You know that? You brought two perfect angels in this world, Taehoon teasing. So I got two awards for two babies. Jungkook, you get my whole world. My heart raced in the best way. I loved him so much. It was overwhelming, and now seeing him become the caring, protective father made it all the more real. Third person POV. The apartment was still filled with the soft cries and coos of newborns, bottles being warmed, lullabies whispered through hushed voice, and the he trusted the trusted housemaid and mother figure moved around with practiced each she was more than helpful. She had become family. Master Jungkook, the twins needed their nap. You and Taehoon go eat something. You both look like zombies. Jungkook clenching. Are you calling me ugly, Jay? Jay, I said zombie, not ugly. Though your hair says otherwise. Taehoon laughing from couch. She's right. They shared a moment of laughter. The tension of sleepless nights briefly melted into something beautiful and warm, the kind of atmosphere that told everyone this house was now a home. Later that day, Jisoo arrived with their mom, Jenny. As soon as she saw Taehoon, Jenny hugged him tightly. Jenny, you have done so well, sweetheart. I am so proud of you. The babies are beautiful. Jesus joined the hug. Well, we all do, but you have given her legacy the most precious gift. They all sat together, taking turns holding the baby, going over their tiny fingers and sleeping young. The moment was bittersweet but filled with healing. A few hours later, another knock came at the door. Jay answered and called Taehyung. Jay, Taehyung, it's your father. Taehyung froze for a second, his breath catching. Then he nodded slowly and stood, walking carefully towards the front door. Sangchi stood there holding a bouquet of soft petal flowers, pink and white. Tubes, Sangji, can I come in? Taehyung hesitated. Yes, come in. The two walk into the nursery quietly, where the babies lie in their cribs. Sangji's eyes softened at the sight of them. Sangji Sanji quietly, I know I failed you. I know it might be too late, but I want to try. I don't want to be a ghost in your life anymore, Taehyung. You don't get to walk in and pretend things are okay, Pa. Sangji, I know that's why I'm not here to ask for forgiveness right away. I am here to earn it. They stared at each other for a moment, then Taehyung turned his eyes back to the group. Taehyung softly, if you want to be part of their life, you better not hurt them the way you hurt me. Sangji nodded, I swear I wouldn't. Later that evening, as the house quieted, Jungkook was lying on the bed, both twins asleep in their cot beside them. Taehyung came in from a shower, drying his hair with a towel. He sat beside Jungkook. Taehyung, I didn't say it earlier, but thank you, Jungkook, for what? Taehyung is smiling for being you, for Jungkook teaching you are falling for me harder now that I am a dad, huh? You are Taehyung teasing back, maybe. They both laughed quietly, carefully not to wake the twins. Jungkook took things and lacing their fingers together. Jungkook gently, I never imagined this life there, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. You, me, our babies, I'm ready for all it. Taehyung raised his head as Jungkook's shoulder. Taehyung, we already have it all. As the night deepened, they lay together, surrounded by soft lullabies of their newborns, building a new life together. Third person POV. The garden morning sunlight streamed softly through the curtains, casting a warm glow over the nursery room. The gentle cool and bubbling of the two twins girls filled the air as they cradled one of them in his arms, softly humming a lullaby. The other was lying in Jungkook's arm, tiny fingers wrapped around his thumb. Taehyung is smiling. They are growing so fast. I feel like they changed a little. Every day, Jungkook's soft clenches, yeah, and every time they open their eyes, I fall in love again. Taehyung turned to look at him, heart swelling at the way Jungkook looked at the baby girl in his arms with so much care, with so much love. A few hours later in the living room, the family was gathered. Jisoo, you should say it. You carried them for these months. Taehyung's cheeks flared slightly as everyone turned their attention on him. Taehyung clearing his thoughts. So, for our first daughter, we have decided on Ha Yun. It means grace and mercy. Everyone nodded with admiration at the name Taeyoung, and for the second, we we are naming her So it means pure and beautiful. Jisoo clapped softly, brimming. Jisoo, Hyan, and Soha. Ah, such a elegant names. Totally perfect for angels like them. I smiled fondly while Jenny wiped away a small tear from her eyes. Jenny, they are lovely names, and I would be proud of you both. At her name, the room fell silent for a brief moment and looked down. But Jungkook reached over and held his hand. He squeezed it gently and whispered, Jungkook, say, give me the strength to make you. Well, there is no more thing I have been meaning to do. Taehyung looked confused for a moment until Jungkook reached into his pocket, then wide eyes. Wait, Jungkook, what are you? Jungkook didn't speak. He slowly bent down on one of his knees in front of Taehyung, holding a small velvet box in his hand. Inside was a beautiful simple ring with a soft silver glow. Everyone gasped quietly. Jungkook with eyes only for Taehyung. Taehyung, you are carried our daughter. Changed my world and made my heart beat again. I want to spend the rest of the life being yours, raising our daughter together, growing old with you, and waking up every day beside you. Jungkook softly, will you marry me, Taehyung? Taehyung's lips quickened as tears formed in his eyes. He was overwhelmed with love. Taehyung, Jungkook, I will marry you. Everyone clapped. Some wiped away tears while Jisoo ran to hug them both at once, almost crushing the twins in her excitement. Jisoo screaming softly, I knew this was coming, I knew it. Jay laughed and called for celebration. Even Sungji seems to be wiping his tears, proud for his son for finally finding happiness. But not everyone was happy. Mrs. Kim Yohana stood near the hallway entrance and noticed at first she had arrived. A moment later, earlier and witnessed the entire proposal. Every word, every smile, her hands clenched at her side. Yohana coldly, so this is the celebration, replacing my daughter like she was never here. Everyone turned in shock. Taehyung's body instinctively curled protectively towards the twins. Jungkook immediately stood beside him. Jungkook, Mrs. Kim, you weren't invited. Johanna, you think you can erase Hannah's place in your life by playing house with him? Jenny firmly, that's enough, Johanna. No one is replacing Hannah. We all loved her, still do. Johanna, you call this love? Marrying her own brother, disgracing her memory with the same Sanji angrily. You will not speak like that. Taehyung is my son and he deserves every bit of happiness he has found. Johanna pointing at Taehyung, he is not your son. He is the mistake you made behind my back. I should have never allowed you near my daughter, near this family. Taehyung flinched at her words and Jungkook, that's enough. I have stayed quiet for too long. You don't have the right to come into the house and speak to Taehyung like that. Johanna, you want to marry him over my dead body? Jungkook cut him firm, then so be it. If that's what it takes for Taehyung and our daughter to be safe and happy, then yes, you're over your dead body. The room was silent. Jungkook soft but softly. Hana loved Taehyung too. You are the only one who can't see the beauty he brought into the family, and you can choose to keep hating him. But it wouldn't stop us, Jenny. Stepping up, we will protect him, all of us. Johanna's face flushed and raised. and disbelief turned on her. He snatched her out of the house. No one stopped her. Later that night, Then sat on the edge of the bed, holding her in his arms while Jungkook rocked so her to sleep. The silence between them was gentle, healing thing. Did you mean everything we said to her? Jungkook, every single word. I will never let anyone treat you less than you deserve. You are not threatened to anyone, not even Hana. Whispering, you really want to marry me? Jungkook is smiling. I already feel like I have, but I want the world to whole world to soft, warm, and filled with quiet promise for forever. Their first third person POV, they didn't need anyone's approval to be family. They already were one, and as their daughter slept beside them, the warmth of love, the kind that chooses heals and still wrapped around the four of them like third person POV. The warm breeze of spring swept quietly across the garden, still floating through the white silk curtains and flower petals arranged around the venue. The accent of lilies and cherry blossom dance in the air, mixing with the soft classic music from her live. In the center of all stood Taekook, glowing in the traditional Korean wedding hanbok embroidered with golden lotus flowers. His long lashes fluttered as he looked down at the tiny petal in his arm. Hyun, their first daughter, snugly against his chest, her tiny fist resting on his. He saw Jungkook, ever large sister, sat beside their mother Jenny, who had the tears in her eyes since the moment she saw her son walk out with a boy baby in his arms, and the smile she hasn't seen in years. Taehoon's father, Mr. Sungji, stood tall and proud. From the first time he openly cried during the ceremony, his hands trembled when he gave his blessing to his son, the child he had failed to love loudly for too long. Later, Taehoon's ex arrived quietly, smiling sincerely when he saw hope in Taehoon's. Happy Taehoon was. His eyes held no bitterness, only warmth, dreaming, and Hoseo Kobe. Taehoon's best friends from were whispering dramatic behind fans. They were sick, and now he has two princes to rise with his king. Everyone was there, everyone but one. Mrs. King Yohana has not come. Taehoon tried not to let that thought overshadow the day. There was a hollow place in his heart, but not an empty one, not anymore. The officiant stepped forward, officiant smiling kindly. Today we witness a bond already forgotten through presence, trust, shared dreams, and unconditional love. Today we are here to honor not just two lovers but two fathers, two best friends, two souls mean for each other. Jungkook turned to Taehoon for a moment. Everything else melted away. The guest, the flowers, the nervous, just him, Taehoon, and his tiny sleeping girl right in his arms. Jungkook was shocked. Taehoon swore to be your shield, your peace, your forever, to never. Taehoon was already tearing up as he spoke next. Soft trembling, voice trembling. Jungkook, you have never treated me like a replacement. You saw me loved me not for who I reminded you of, but for who I am. You gave me a home when I had none, a voice when I had silence, a future when I saw was fear. Today I vow to love you gently and fearlessly, to rise our curse with all my heart, and to never let go even when life tries to pull us apart. The fishing give them their rings, small and elegant, matching silver brands with their daughter initials engraved inside HNS. With one hand holding their babies, they slide the ring into each other's fingers, laughing. The audience cheered, Jimin screamed, and Jenny sobbed louder as Jungkook leaned in, pressed the gentle kiss to Taekook's lips. She so wiped tears. I can't believe that idiot actually found someone who make him soft. Jenny and Jade Ajuma standing at the side with a plate of honey rice cake. Sniff is such a good boy that Taekook deserves all the happiness later at wedding feast. The garden glowed with fairy lights and laughter. The traditional Korean meal was served alongside Western desserts. Baby Hana, Hyun, and Soha were passed lovingly between dotting family and friends, going and rolling on everyone without pay. Then by Stenham looked around across the table where his father sat with Jesus talking proudly about his son's wedding day. But he couldn't ignore the one empty chair, the one reserved for someone who didn't come. Jungkook noticed and reached over and turned the fingers. Jungkook softly, she might not be here, but look around you are surrounded by people who love you for exactly who you are. They nodded and for once he believed it. That night in their bedroom, after the celebration faded, after the gates had gone, and after the twins were fallen asleep in their nursery, Taekook stood at the balcony in the wedding handbook, gazing up at the moon. Jungkook called up behind him, wrapped his arm around his waist, pressing a soft kiss to his shoulder. Jungkook murmuring, "You are mine now, officially." I always was, but today made it real. Jungkook turned him around, pressing their foreheads together. Jungkook, let's write a new chapter every day, just you, me, Hyun, and Soa. Taehyung is smiling through tears. Forever, Jungkook, forever. They weren't perfect. They had baggage, history, pain, but they had love, real love, and in the end, it was all they needed. And be back soon with something new. Maybe a short story or maybe someone's else. Hope you will love it too. How was it? Comment it down. See you again. Bye.